Chosen ones, you're one click away from everything you've prayed for. Right here, right now, the very moment you've been longing for is unfolding before your eyes. You didn't arrive at this exact point by mere coincidence. You were guided, led, and divinely positioned to hear this message today. Deep within your heart, you sense it. The breakthrough you've been waiting on, the shift you've longed for, the abundance you've dreamed about. All of it is about to burst forth in your life. And when it does, it will be so undeniable, so awe-inspiring, you will look back on every tear, every dark night of the soul, every lonely season, and realize it was preparing you for this precise moment. You see, the path of the chosen one has never been the easy road. It's been filled with twists and turns, moments where giving up seemed far simpler than pushing forward. Perhaps you faced impossible odds, relentless criticisms, or circumstances that made you question your worth. But let me assure you, every setback was a setup for something greater. Every loss was a lesson forging you, refining your faith, sharpening your discernment, and strengthening your resilience. Now, as you stand on the brink of your next level, I urge you, do not shrink back. Do not doubt what's about to happen. Instead, open your heart wide and get ready to receive what has been promised to you from the very beginning. In this sacred instant, energy is shifting on your behalf. Doors that were once tightly shut are creaking open. People who once doubted you are about to witness blessings raining down on your life in ways that defy logic. The resources you thought were lacking are racing toward you, eager to manifest in your reality. A new dawn is rising, a dawn in which you finally stand victorious over every trial that tried to bury your hope. Yes, beloved soul, this is more than just a feel-good pep talk. This is divine confirmation. Maybe you've grown weary of waiting. Maybe you've prayed prayers that seemed to go unanswered, and your spirit was tempted to believe the lie that nothing would ever change. But I am here to proclaim that delay is not denial. Sometimes the greatest miracles take the longest time to manifest because they are woven intricately with layers of purpose. When it finally arrives, you will see the loving hand of God in every detail, orchestrating blessings that exceed what you ever dared to imagine. Can you feel it? That stirring within you, that flutter of anticipation, that subtle nudge saying, yes, this is my time. Listen closely to that voice. It is whispering to your soul that your entire destiny can hinge on a single decision, a single moment of faith. That is the moment you're living in right now. You're one click away from seeing the fullness of your potential unleashed. You're on the precipice of stepping into a future so bright your past will pale in comparison. But before we venture any further, I want you to take a step of faith. I invite you to comment 777 below as your declaration that you're ready to embrace your God-given promises. This act may look small in the natural, but it carries supernatural significance. It says, I am aligning myself with the frequency of miracles, blessings, and divine favor. When you type 777, let your heart shout, I receive, I believe, and I will not be moved by circumstances. Next, if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel so that every new message of hope, every new infusion of faith, finds its way into your life right when you need it most. Imagine waking up tomorrow, next week, or next month, and discovering that the very word you needed to keep going came right on time. That is how the divine works. Always on time, always faithful, and always ready to exceed your expectations. My friend, you are no stranger to battles. You've faced giants that would have crushed someone else's spirit. You've walked through deserts that seemed endless, holding on to a flicker of faith when everything around you screamed defeat. Perhaps you've done your best and still found yourself falling short, left to wonder if there was something wrong with you, or if you simply weren't chosen after all. But oh, how the enemy has tried to lie to you. Because the truth is, your calling is enormous. and the obstacles have been equally big in an attempt to scare you off. Yet here you stand, scarred but standing, bruised but still breathing, battle-worn yet unbroken. It's time for those scars to become your testimony, for those bruises to become the marks of a champion. Every test you endured is about to become your testimony of triumph. You are one click away, one bold act of faith away from stepping through the doorway of your biggest breakthrough. Just as a seed remains hidden underground before it bursts into the sunlight, you have been germinating in the secret place, growing mightily though unseen. Now the soil is breaking open, revealing the miracle that was forming all along. Let this message resonate in every chamber of your heart. You're not behind schedule. You're exactly where you need to be, positioned for a supernatural release of favor. What if everything you've prayed for is literally one courageous yes away from flooding your world? What if the vision that keeps haunting your dreams is about to find its expression in reality? The question isn't, will God do it? The question is, are you ready to receive it? If fear is attempting to hold you back, remember that fear is just a shadow, a distortion of truth. You were born to conquer, to lead, to shine. You carry a brilliance inside you that the darkness cannot comprehend. It's why adversity has tried so fiercely to silence you. But you have a fire in your spirit that refuses to be extinguished. Each time you thought you were done, something within you roared back to life, reminding you that your story isn't over. And indeed, it's far from over. In fact, it's entering its most glorious chapter yet. Sometimes the greatest leaps in life happen not when we have it all figured out, but when we simply say, "I trust you, Lord," and move forward despite uncertainty. And in that leap of faith, the net of divine provision appears. You have to understand that the same God who placed the stars in the sky knows your name. The same power that crafted mountains and oceans is the power at work in your life. If He can speak galaxies into existence, surely He can align the right people, opportunities, and resources for you. It's not a question of possibility. It's a matter of your readiness to steward the blessings. You have waited long enough, prayed hard enough, persisted with all you had. The reward for your diligence, for your unwavering hope, is about to manifest. Life will not look the same after this. You are about to see what it feels like to operate from a place of overflow, where you're not constantly questioning how to make ends meet, but instead asking, "Who can I bless today? How can I serve more? Where should I invest in my calling?" Financial burdens, emotional weights, and spiritual drains are being lifted. In their place comes clarity, momentum, and a river of blessing so abundant that it transforms you and everyone connected to you. Just think how the trajectory of your life could shift with a single click, a single moment of decision, a single prayer uttered in earnest. There is no limit to what God can do with a heart that is fully yielded, and you, chosen one, are being called to yield every part of your life. Yield your pain, your dreams, your questions, and even your doubts. Watch how swiftly things turn around when you truly surrender. Watch how shackles break, how new doors swing wide open, how your cup overflows. No matter where you've come from or what you've walked through, God's grace is sufficient to elevate you beyond your own expectations. Even now, you might look at your life and see the remnants of past failures. Yet God looks at you and sees the blueprint of a miracle in motion. When He marks someone as chosen, no circumstance, no mistake, no enemy can thwart what has been ordained. And you, my friend, are undeniably marked. Often, it takes a catalyst to propel us out of our comfort zones. Maybe this very video is that catalyst for you. Maybe this is the turning point where everything changes, where you decide to break the chains of generational limitations or personal doubts or lingering insecurities. Maybe this is where you say, I'm done playing small. I'm ready to claim the fullness of who I am in Christ. Let your faith be active in this moment. Speak out loud. I am one click away from everything I've prayed for. The doors of favor are open. My name is on blessings that cannot be taken away. I believe in miracles. I receive them now. Notice what happens inside your spirit when you declare these truths. The atmosphere shifts, doesn't it? You step into alignment with God's promises. And every time doubt tries to creep in, remind yourself of these declarations, because the more you reinforce them, the more your reality shapes itself to mirror those powerful words. I urge you to remain expectant. Expect sudden phone calls carrying good news. Expect that email or that text message confirming a breakthrough. Expect healing to surge through your body, peace to flood your mind, and wealth to chase you down. Expect God to move mountains on your behalf. Expect it, and watch as your expectancy becomes the breeding ground for miracles. If you're feeling a tangible sense of anticipation, that's no accident. The Holy Spirit is near, whispering hope into your heart. This wave of blessing isn't just for some distant future, it's for now. You see, we serve a God who lives outside of time, and He can accelerate your process faster than you could ever arrange on your own. What might have taken someone else years can happen for you in months, weeks, or even days. That's the power of supernatural acceleration, and it's available to every chosen one who dares to believe. By now, your spirit should be leaping with faith. If you haven't yet, drop that 777 in the comments. Let the world know you're ready for your turn, your time, your testimony. Each 777 typed is like placing a spiritual banner in the ground, announcing that your life is shifting into divine alignment and unstoppable abundance. Of course, some people might scoff or roll their eyes, but remember, those who doubt are merely external noise. You have a direct line to the throne of grace, and you don't need anyone else's permission to be blessed. Often, the greatest breakthroughs come in the hush of early morning prayers, in the silent tears that no one sees, in the heart's unwavering determination to remain steadfast. And then, when God moves, it becomes a public celebration that testifies to His power and faithfulness. Think of how many times you've almost given up, yet something always kept you going. Maybe it was a small glimmer of hope, or a scripture that resonated in your soul, or a memory of a past victory reminding you that God never fails. Whatever it wasn't an accident. It was divine orchestration keeping your fire alive. Because this moment had to happen, your destiny required your perseverance. So let's solidify what's stirring in your heart. You are chosen, destined, and on the brink of an extraordinary outpouring of favor. Everything you've been working toward is culminating. Sometimes, answers come packaged in unexpected forms. Don't let preconceived ideas blind you to the blessings arriving in unique ways. Stay open, stay sensitive to the still, small voice guiding you. When an opportunity arises, don't shy away because it looks different than what you pictured. Pray for discernment, and if you sense God's leading, dive in with courage. Picture yourself opening the door to your dream home, or signing the contract on that new business venture, or receiving a medical report confirming your healing. Envision the chain of events that follows. How your testimony brings hope to those who once felt hopeless. How your success liberates others to dream bigger. How every resource you gain becomes a conduit to bless more people. This is kingdom finance, kingdom health, kingdom living, where every breakthrough you experience multiplies outward, impacting lives far beyond your own. Never underestimate the ripple effect of your obedience. One moment of faithful action can spark a wave of transformation that touches families, communities, even nations. You might be thinking, I'm just one person, but the greatest revivals and revolutions often start with one person who believed. As a chosen one, your reach extends further than you realize, because God's power amplifies your efforts in ways the natural mind can't fathom. Now, if your mind starts questioning how, when, remember that we walk by faith, not by sight. The how is God's department. Your job is to be expectant, to stay vigilant, and to act when prompted by that divine nudge. Life is about to speed up in your favor, so be prepared to move with it. You will look back and see how every valley led to this mountaintop, how every tear watered the seeds of your harvest, how every lonely hour was an invitation to deepen your dependence on the Almighty. And the harvest is plentiful. The mountaintop is breathtaking. The comfort and closeness of God's presence is the greatest treasure of all. Take a deep breath right now, beloved. Inhale hope, exhale doubt. You are one click away. That might sound almost too good to be true, but that's exactly what divine favor looks like. Too good, too wondrous, too miraculous to be limited by human logic. It's the moment you realize you've stepped out of the boat and suddenly you're walking on water because your eyes are fixed on the one who called you. It's stepping onto a battlefield with only a sling and a stone, yet walking away victorious against a giant. This is the essence of being chosen. You were hand-picked to defy the odds. You were set apart to show the world that with God, all things are possible. And as you step into your new season, you won't do it timidly. You'll do it boldly, knowing that heaven backs your every step. Your name is about to ring in rooms you've never physically entered. Your influence is about to multiply as you remain steadfast in authenticity and love. You will not only receive blessings, you will become a blessing distributor, a beacon that others are drawn to because they sense the anointing on your life. Now is the time to prepare your heart, your mind, your schedule. Because when the floodgates open, you want to be ready to steward the overflow. Get organized, write down your goals, pray for wisdom on how to handle the financial increase, seek God's blueprint for how to expand your reach. There's a purpose for every dollar coming your way. There's a mission behind every door that's about to open. Align yourself with that purpose and mission, and watch your impact multiply 10, 20, 100 times over. Let your spirit stir with excitement. Let your faith become unshakable. The same God who turned water into wine, parted the Red Sea and raised Lazarus from the dead, is breathing life into your dreams. One click away might be the phone call, the email, the connection, or even the shift in your own mindset that catapults you forward. That's how close you are. Are you ready to see it? Are you ready to embrace the unstoppable flow of blessings that is about to rush into your life? Then, comment 777, subscribe if you haven't, and fasten your seatbelt because you're about to take off. We're going on a journey of faith, favor, and the miraculous together. And let me promise you this. When you reach the mountaintop, when you hold in your hands the very thing you once only whispered to God about in your midnight prayers, you will know every second of the wait was worth it. Chosen ones, I salute your endurance, your faith, your unwavering resolve. For some of you, the wait has been long, but your wait is turning into wonder. The tears you cried in private will become the fuel for a public testimony that leaves everyone speechless. All the nights you questioned if you were heard, you're about to see that your prayers have not only been heard, but have been answered in abundance. The angels have been on assignment, orchestrating divine connections, aligning opportunities, and preparing favor. You will see with your own eyes the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. This moment is a divine intersection where your faith and God's perfect timing collide. When that collision occurs, miracles erupt, destinies shift, and testimonies are birthed. It's the place where the intangible becomes tangible, where the unseen becomes seen, and you, beloved, are standing right at that intersection. A single step of faith, a single click, can usher you into the manifestation you've been yearning for. Remember, the greatest successes are often birthed from the greatest struggles. Diamonds are formed under pressure. Gold is refined in fire. Mighty oak trees start as tiny seeds that must break open in darkness before they ever taste the sun. So do not resent the pressure, the fire, or the darkness you've encountered. Instead, let gratitude fill your heart, because it was all shaping you into the radiant, unstoppable force you are destined to be. Yes, unstoppable, because once a chosen one recognizes who they are and whom they belong to, no obstacle, no critic, no doubt can deter them. You have a kingdom mandate, a heavenly assignment, and resources beyond earthly comprehension at your disposal. And guess what? You're about to see those resources manifest in new ways, right when you need them most. Hold on to that promise. Let it give you peace in the waiting, joy in the uncertainty, and courage in the face of any lingering doubts. He who began a good work in you is faithful to complete it. That's not just a nice phrase, it's a glorious reality. This journey you're on isn't random, it's purposeful, orchestrated, and deeply personal. Your hardships have built resilience in you. Your delays have developed patience in you. Your rejections have taught you to stand in your identity without needing external validation. And now, your readiness is the final ingredient for the miracle about to unfold. The power of a click. It sounds almost too simple, doesn't it? Yet, in the grand tapestry of faith, sometimes the smallest actions are the catalysts for seismic change. Think about the woman with the issue of blood who reached out and touched the hem of Jesus' garment. Just a touch, but it unleashed healing. One moment, one act. Or consider David choosing 5 smooth stones from a creek. Just a simple choice, but it led to slaying a giant. One action can rewrite an entire destiny when aligned with divine purpose. In the same way, that click you're about to make, that comment you're about to post, that subscription you're about to confirm, do it with intentional faith. Let it be an emblem of your readiness, your yes to God's best. Yes, it might look ordinary, but let your spirit be in a posture of expectancy. Ordinary acts, anointed by God, produce extraordinary results. And when the testimonies start rolling in, because they will, remember to return the glory to the one who made it all possible. Let your blessings become a testament to God's goodness. Use your overflow to uplift those who are still in their waiting seasons. Share your lessons learned. Encourage those who feel like giving up. Because the harvest you're stepping into isn't just for you. You see, there's a ripple effect that happens when one chosen soul steps into their calling. It liberates others to believe that maybe, just maybe, they too have a destiny beyond the mundane. It lights a spark in those who have lost hope, reminding them of the greatness seated within their hearts. That's why your victory is so fiercely opposed, because it carries repercussions for many. But that's also why your triumph will be so glorious, because it isn't just about you. It's about a collective rising of hearts that have been longing for proof that the miraculous is still alive and well. So stand tall. You have weathered the storms. You have pressed on when most would have turned back. You have prayed earnest prayers, sometimes with trembling lips, but they have not fallen on deaf ears. Every plea, every cry, every whisper was recorded in heaven's archives. And the response is here. You're one click away, one unwavering yes away, one unstoppable wave of favor away from seeing it all come to pass. Keep your spiritual eyes open. Miracles rarely look the way we imagine. They often come dressed in everyday clothes, hidden in normal routines, discovered in surprising circumstances. That phone call you ignored could be the door. That message in your inbox could be the key. That unexpected introduction might be the puzzle piece you've needed. Stay alert and remain open, because God delights in showing up where we least expect Him. Now take another deep breath. Let your shoulders relax. Let that tension go. Faith is a rest, not a fight. We fight the good fight of faith by staying in a place of rest, where we trust God's hand more than our human striving. In that rest, we become magnets for blessings. In that rest, we find joy that transcends logic, peace that surpasses understanding, and hope that refuses to be extinguished. The old is passing away. The season of disappointment, of unanswered questions, of feeling stuck, that season is ending. A new chapter has begun, rich with possibility, drenched in favor. The page is turning and your story is about to take a majestic twist. You might have been the underdog, the overlooked one, the one who never quite fit. But precisely because of that, your upcoming elevation will leave people marveling, how did they rise so high, so fast? And you will answer, because grace carried me. Because I believed. Because I surrendered. Your soul has been craving more, longing for a life that resonates with purpose rather than routine. You were never meant to be average. You were crafted to stand out, to bring a unique flavor to this world that no one else can replicate. And guess what? Your fragrance, your calling, your gifts are about to be showcased on a bigger stage. Yes, you'll need courage to handle the spotlight. Yes, you'll have to stay humble and grounded. But you've already shown you can be faithful in small things, so now it's time for God to entrust you with bigger things. Watch how your capacity expands. Watch how your creativity flourishes. Watch how you blossom when given the space to be all you were created to be. Still, let me be real. Blessings also come with responsibility. The more you receive, the more you are empowered to give. So prepare to sow back into others. Prepare to uplift those who need your mentorship, your kindness, your financial support, your words of wisdom. This is kingdom living, an endless cycle of receiving and giving fueled by love. You won't be hoarding blessings in fear of lack, because once you taste divine supply, you understand it never runs dry. Indeed, the supply is limitless, tailored just for you, overflowing at precisely the right time. If you've ever doubted your place in God's plan, let that doubt dissolve. The proof of your appointment is the stirring in your heart right now. That sense that something monumental is on the horizon, that feeling that you've come too far to only come this far. You are crossing over into new territory. Territory that has been marked with your name from the start. And so, chosen ones, if you hear nothing else today, hear this. You are ready. You're ready to ascend, you're ready to conquer, you're ready to overflow with blessings that will not only fill your life, but spill over into the lives of everyone you touch. The emptiness, the heartache, the longing, it all has served a purpose, sharpening your hunger for the real move of God. And that move is now. It's rushing toward you with unstoppable force, waiting to collide with your faith. Let your anticipation swell. Let your spirit soar. If tears well up in your eyes, let them flow, because tears can be a form of release, a final shedding of old burdens to make room for the new. If your hands tremble, let it be from excitement at the thought of how close you are, truly just one click away. This is your moment of truth, your moment of destiny, your moment of divine fulfillment. As you reach the end of this segment, don't let the flame die down. Keep the fire blazing by replaying these truths, by speaking them over yourself daily. Resist the urge to slip back into old patterns of doubt. Surround yourself with those who celebrate your vision, not those who try to choke it out. Guard your heart from negativity and immerse yourself in an atmosphere of belief. I can't stress enough, drop that 777 if you haven't yet. It might seem trivial, but in a realm governed by faith, symbolic acts have tremendous power. They seal your intention in the spiritual realm and they echo the truth that you are stepping into an unstoppable season of victory. Even in the next hours and days, watch how small shifts begin to happen. Notice how new ideas spark, how fresh strength arises, how unexpected messages cross your path. Each is a sign, a gentle whisper that the tide has turned in your favor. Yes, chosen ones, you're on the cusp of a radical outpouring. Let your worship be bold, let your prayers be fervent, let your faith be unyielding. When the wave of blessing arrives, ride it with gratitude and grace. And when your testimony overflows, don't forget to share the story of how you were one click away from everything you prayed for, and how, in that crucial moment, you chose to believe.